So firstly, the program I'm using, as I mentioned, is Krita, and it is an amazing, just you download it off online and it's just as good as any other paid program, but it's completely free. Seriously, if you want to get into digital drawing, but you look at Photoshop and all that and it's like, oh my god, that's so expensive, and you're just wanting to try some stuff out, definitely get Krita. I would recommend it above anything else. To start with, I sketched this out a couple of times, as you can see, just being super loose with it, not trying to make anything perfect, because if I do, it'll just look really stiff and weird. Yes, the first few sketches look really creepy, and they don't really come together until I put the line work on, but I work on several layers, just keeping on refining the sketch until I move on to the inking. As you can see on the lower levels, I am just kind of looking at the particular shapes. I have my phone next to me with the reference image on, and I'm looking at the negative space around the image, and that helps me get the shapes right. Also, if you think your proportions look a little bit off, because obviously you're not looking straight down on the image when you're drawing it, you're looking at it from an angle. Be aware of that, and also you can drag it with the transform tool, and I just kind of move it around and tweak it so that the proportions look alright. Now I've finished my refined sketch and I'm going on to inking it. It's important to make sure your pressure sensitivity is on, because it does wonders for your artwork. I only figured this out a couple of days ago and my art just looks so much better, because you can get so many more dynamic lines and it looks a lot more just free and flowy, and not like you get like a weird little nobulous stop every time you make a mark. And as you can see on the nose, it's darker and it makes more of an impact, and also on the eyes it gives them a lot more character, in my opinion. So next I am moving on to the paint layers, and to do this I create different layers for areas that are kind of going to be touching each other. So I do one layer for the fur in the pale yellow colour, and then I do a different layer for the nose and the eyes. And this means that when I go on to doing the shading, I can use clipping masks, which basically means you can't colour it out of the lines. For the eyes, I use just lots of different shades, and I also use a blending tool as well. As you can see, I kind of skipped through the footage here, but I used this pencil texture brush for the fur and just brought a bit more warmth into the fur so it didn't look so creepy. As you can see on the nose, I do a lot of shading with purples, because noses aren't black on dogs. A lot of the time they're this kind of purpley brown colour, so I do that. And on the mouth, I struggled with trying to not make it look creepy with the dark red, and to do this, use a lot of shading as well, so it's more gradual. Now I'm just putting in the background, and that's it. I really enjoyed drawing this beautiful dog, and I learned a lot from it. I hope you can take some tips from this video, and if there is anything that you'd like more clarification on or a more in-depth tutorial on, just comment down below in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see you next time.